They've had a really great season. We had 7 wrestlers advance to sectionals. We're a young team, so that program is up and coming. Our swimming, because we've lost Lincoln College, and that's where the pool was at. So we don't actually have a pool here in Lincoln. So we only had really one boy swimmer come out this winter.
Oh, that's
But he's
right. Yeah.
but he still enjoyed it. So we're at least able still to offer. Our coach would take him up to Porta to swim using their pool. So we're very appreciative of them for allowing our swimmer to practice in their pool. So that was good. We're in kind of our heyday in athletics here at in Lincoln. I mean, if you look at all the programs, football, we've gone 3 years in a row, 4 and 5. We're almost at that point where we're making playoffs,
Hmm.
and not to jinx us, but I'm actually kind of expecting us to make playoffs next year. We're back in the Central State Eight. We have a very favorable schedule. Our program has been improving, so that'll be exciting. It'll be the first time in 37 years, so
Hmm.
that'll really have the town a buzz. But volleyball had a great season, I think, and it's the same girls that are playing the basketball that'll be seniors next year for volleyball. I think they can make a state run in volleyball too.
Hmm.
So volleyball is right up there. We know the girls will be good in basketball again, boys basketball, baseball, really solid. Probably regional championship team there. Softball this year, I'm expecting a regional championship team there.
Hmm.
So it's just soccer's been one of the best we've had in school history. So it's just athletics. We're in our heyday right now. We're really enjoying
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, for sure. Moving right along. Very good. Of course, Scholastic Bowl, debate team. I know those are two, while they're not considered the sports, if you will, they are an extracurricular. And I know those are always very strong at Lincoln High School.
Oh, they've had a great season too. Didn't finish our Apollo Conference tournament the way we liked, but that's one thing with Scholastic Bowl. And if you really want to feel how dumb you are, just go listen to a high school Scholastic Bowl contest. Oh my gosh, it's amazing the kids answer the ones they do. Those are some hard questions. I've sat there and listened. And like I was an English teacher, and I'm listening to the literature questions, and I have no idea. So I'm impressed if our students can answer these questions. But no, they work hard, and they've had a great season too. Our dance team made it to state for the first time in school history this year, so they've had an incredible season.
Hmm.
It's just been a great school spirit, and that's what we try to tell students: get involved in clubs and activity when you come to high school. It just really changes your whole 4 years here, and just makes it a lot more fun. And
Hmm.
so, especially when you have some of the success that we've had, it just really enhances it. So I just really will continue to encourage students to get involved, be
Hmm.
part of a team, and just really makes your time go a lot quicker and just have a lot more fun.
Sure. It's interesting, Mr. Strickland. You mentioned that the girls on that state ranked team with a great chance to play at Redbird Arena and do some great things there. They're all very sound academically, work very hard in the classroom. Among the tops in their classes and that sort of thing. What is the correlation between playing a sport, being in an extracurricular activity, and that academic success? Is there research behind that? Is there you've been in education for a long time. Is there anything you see particularly there that makes these students and student athletes particularly successful in the classroom? How about that?
Well, this group, I mean, I think if you look overall, I think generally, whether it's accurate, or not, I think generally most people will tell you if you have a good athlete, they're not as strong in the classroom. But with this particular group of girls, our junior girls, they are the epitome of the student athletes. And I've told people here, as hard as they work on the court, they work even harder in the classroom. And as an educator, that's what I love, because that's what we want to try to stress to people. You're here for academics first, but enjoy your athletics. And they're just taking it to a different level. They're all top 10 in their class, and they're great individuals. I mean, they get along, they have fun, and that's what you want. But academically, no, they're some of the best, and that's what we always encourage, because a lot of times for some of these kids, athletics is kind of their way to stay eligible, is by playing a sport. So it
Hmm.
gives them an incentive.
Hmm.
So that's where athletics can really play into a part with some of these kids. But with this group, and a lot of our athletes are some of the top academics. Boys basketball, they have some of the top ranked people in their class playing boys basketball too.
Hmm.
And that's also encouraged by the coaches. Our coaches want them to be well rounded. They want them to spend time, because honestly, we know most athletes aren't going to go get Division I scholarships. So you're going to need that academic to get you to college, and that's what they really stress, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
But but it is nice having that combination to be able to be well in athletics, but be just as strong in the classroom.
Yeah. You brought up a really great point. I remember when back in COVID, we were having the debate over, should we be playing sports? Why, it's just sports. What are the kids really missing out on? And, one of the big sticking points at a broader level, a national level about the conversation was, for a lot of kids, sports is their avenue to college. You mentioned they may not be playing, D1 basketball, but if they're going to, we'll localize the conversation. They're going to Millikan, they're going to Illinois Wesleyan, Illinois College, one of those types of places. That's their incentive to stay in the classroom and continue to perform academically, because they know they have to if they want to go to the next level, and that gets them into those college classrooms. But even before all that, you made a great point just now, Mr. Stricklin, that's athletics for not all kids, many kids, is that it is that avenue to their academic success because of eligibility things. They have to stay eligible if they want to play sports. They can't just play sports and put the academic piece aside. So a really good point by you on that is that it's the academic driver for a lot of kids. It's their why for a lot of kids. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced that for over 20 years now, and it really has held true. And so that's a good reason for some of these kids, and it's just fun to see, because they're great kids, but they struggle academically, but they got to have that little push in athletics. For a lot of times, that really is. And so it's just great for them to see them, and especially when they're becoming eligible and they get to play that sport, and it just makes it even better for them, because we want them to be successful.
Sure.
And a lot of those kids, once we want them to realize, hey, when you graduate high school, go get a job, that's fine, but you could also go to college. Doesn't have to be start at a junior college if you have to, but then work your way up. Because in this day and age, we know, I mean, it's been proven, just the more education you have, the more money you're going to make in life. And so kids like money. And so I always stress for them that, well, you want to make more money? Get more education.
Yeah,
because it goes hand in hand.
Yep. Education or a skill for sure. Well, Mr. Stricklin, I'll tell you what, let's take a time out here. Where do folks keep up with the latest happenings in the world of Lincoln High School athletics and all the good things you've got going on? How do they keep up with all that stuff?
Just please follow us on our webpage, our Facebook. So we have people, we do a great job of keeping that updated, and just follow our school webpage. We'll keep everything updated on that for you.
Sounds good. That is Mr. Dwight Stricklin. He is the superintendent of Lincoln High School. My guest on the phone here for this morning. More to come with him here on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW. Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Monday. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network. Corn and beans opening steady. Wheat starting the day lower. March corn 6.80 3/4, up 1/4. May corn up 1/4, 6.78 1/2. July corn 6.66 1/4, down 1/4. March beans starting the day 15.42 1/4, down 1/4. May beans up 3/4, 15.34 1/4. July beans 15.23 1/4, up 3/4. March Chicago wheat 7.79, down 7. May wheat 7.89, down 6 3/4. And July wheat 7.92 1/2, that's down 6 1/2. March bean meal 504.70, up 5.30, and March bean oil 59.71. Down 83 cents. A look at the opening numbers at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Monday morning. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
At Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Baum Motor Company in Farmer City, our job is to help you and solve your transportation needs. This is Scott Baum. Both in Clinton or Farmer City, we'll listen and find options for a different vehicle, or we'll give you repair options to keep that car, truck, or SUV safe and trouble-free so you can continue with your busy schedule. If it has to do with transportation, we're here to help. Visit our full-service team today in Clinton or Farmer City. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
Here's owner Dave Jackson from your Clinton Save a Lot on how inflation is affecting us.
Inflation rate, and I can't give you the exact number, but it's been like 1%, 1.5%, maybe 2%. It's been a rate that the economy can handle well. You know, wages go up faster than inflation, or at least as fast. People don't notice it. Now it's multiple times a year. It is not 8%. I don't know where exactly the government comes up with this inflation rate.
Despite that, Dave still provides you selection and savings at your Clinton Save-A-Lot.
Hope to see you soon.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest on the phone is Mr. Dwight Stricklin. He is the superintendent of Lincoln High School. And, Mr. Stricklin, as we come up on the middle of February here, probably already starting to think about the summer in terms of, I don't know if summer school offerings will be a thing at Lincoln High School this year, but then thinking about the next school year and, getting those teachers' positions filled and all those things. What do you need for next year? What are you looking at teachers-wise?
Right now, I think I might have one teacher that might be going out. He'd already turned in his retirement letter, but he might be going out even a little bit sooner. So we might be looking to replace that one.
Now, who's that?
That would be Mr. Cooper in social studies.
Oh, he's retiring, huh?
Yep. So
Gotcha. Cool. Good for him.
So yeah. So I think he's excited. I'm excited for one day when I get to retire. So, so I don't blame anyone for getting out whenever they can.
Yeah.
So,
Now, how close to that are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I probably like to go another probably 5 years.
Okay. Gotcha. Good deal. Now, how about just in general? You mentioned just perhaps one teacher opening going into next year. Have you had good luck trying to find teachers for the next school year?
Knock on wood, so far we have, but it's just getting harder and harder for a lot of these positions where you might have 15, 20 applicants. You might only get 2 or 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot of competition between schools. And it used to be back in the day when you had an opening, schools, you were told, well, you need to go get a first-year teacher. And if you were a veteran teacher, if you had any years of experience and more education, schools wouldn't even look at you. But that is not the case now.
Mm-hmm.
Schools, we'll take teachers with however many years and no matter how much education, because there's just that lack of teachers out there. So it's totally changed on that. So very much so, if you're a teacher and you're willing to move and you want to move, you're going to have opportunities. But so far, what we try to do here at the high school, we want to make this a place where people want to come. I think we have a great contract and a lot of the little perks that we can offer for the teachers to just make it a good place to be. So, but we've had good luck finding teachers so far, but we know at any given time that could change. Yeah,
for sure. Now, when it comes to attracting teachers and those sorts of things, Mr. Stricklin, you talked about the contract you have in place. Are you finding teachers coming, maybe seeking out opportunities, looking for better pay? Is it, what are teachers looking for if they explore a new opportunity? What are you finding there as you talk to them?
You're always going to have salary and your benefits as part of that, but also I think just the atmosphere that they're in. And education is really challenging right now, as we kind of talked about earlier, especially with COVID and how this kind of really changed students a little bit, and things are a little bit more stressful now. And so I think teachers are always looking as to where's a good fit, where's positive attitude, positive atmosphere. And that's what we really try to improve here, is want to have a good positive school culture and just want this to be a place where people enjoy coming, enjoy being with the students, different things that we can offer. And so it's kind of like the whole package, but I think probably number one is all schools are going to be competitive with salary, and it's just a competitive world. And if you can offer more, you're going to get those. Just like with substitute teaching we talked about earlier, is we're in a position where I'll probably always try to be the highest when it comes to paying for substitute teachers, is because we can do that. And if I have to pay more to get subs, then I will.
When you talk about culture of a building, is it simply camaraderie among the staff? Does the student body and their, whether it's their academic performance or their behavior, does that play into what a teacher is looking for?
It's all of that, yes. So it's just kind of why the atmosphere when you walk in. Do you have that sense of foreboding or dread, or does it feel like, oh, there are people smiling, they're enjoying being here? And I like to think, obviously I'm a little biased, so that's what we have here, is that I always encourage people, especially for the staff, let them make sure they see you smile. Make sure that I want them to feel that you want them there. They need to feel that way. And because I've been at other places before, and things have been just a little different, but students, number one, they need to feel safe, and that's what we're continuing to work on. I want students that walk in the building to know this is a safe place they can be. Yes, we want you to work hard in the classroom, and if you get out of line, yeah, there will be some consequences. There has to be. But at the same time, we have to be here, so let's enjoy being here. Let's have fun while we have to be here, because that just changes everything. And that's what we've been working on since I've been here. This is my 4th year, and I will continue to work on that because I want everyone to enjoy being here and making it the best experience possible.
Yep, for sure. Well, Mr. Stricklin, as it relates to looking ahead to next year, is it more than just teachers? Are you are students starting to put together those class schedules? When does that come up for the students?
Yep, guidance counselors have been working with their students on that in the last week or so. So students are kind of putting in classes they would like, and then the guidance counselors kind of take that and they'll make a schedule and try to fit things in for most students. So you're always going to have situations where students might not get the classes they want because of where they're offered. But we offer, that's the nice thing with our size, we offer enough electives that give student choices. Besides just your core curriculum, you want to have a nice offering of other things just so they're exposed to different things. And I think we do a really good job on that. And we'll continue to look on maybe offering even more, because it's all about what you can offer for the students. And that's what I want to be able to do, because that's what we're here for. We're here for them.
And you're probably starting to see a lot of those, I know National Signing Day for the college athletics was last week. And so you're probably starting to see a lot of those things happening, as well as students just starting to narrow down where they're going to be at next year for their post-high school education. So that's always exciting, I'm sure, as well.
Oh, that's great. And I love talking to students, finding out where they're going to college, and they're getting their acceptance letters and just seeing the excitement on their faces, because that's the new chapter, the next chapter in their lives, and how excited they get. So that's really fun. And then, especially for athletics, we haven't set a date yet, but in May, we'll have a signing day for all the athletes that are going to college. That's always exciting. So we always look forward to that. But now, the next couple of weeks, as they get those acceptance letters, it's really a lot of fun. So it's just, I always enjoy hearing where they're going.
Sure. Very good. Well, Mr. Stricklin, again, where do folks go to follow along with all things Lincoln Rail Splitters?
Yep, just go to our webpage, www.lchsrailers.org.
Mr. Stricklin, it's always good to talk to you, sir. Thanks for making time for us.
Thanks for having me back. I enjoy being on here, and I look forward to coming back again.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon. Mr. Dwight Stricklin, again, Lincoln High School Superintendent, our guest on the phone for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news on the way on the WHOW Morning Show.